uncover the unexplained. Today, we're diving deep into 8 extended, heart-pounding Bigfoot sightings from Washington State's wild forests between 2001 and 2006, all sourced from the BFRO database. These aren't quick tales. They're immersive, first-person accounts expanded with chilling details to keep you on the edge. From hunters stalked in broad daylight to families terrorized at home, these stories will make you question every shadow. Dim the lights, lock the doors, and let's get into the first one. Story 1. The Hunter's Daylight Stalker. Near Doty, BFRO report number 17,723, Class A. What if, mid-hunt in the misty Washington woods, you locked eyes with a towering beast that knew you were there? Watching, waiting? This 2006 encounter near Doty isn't just a sighting. It's a primal standoff that'll make you swear off solo hunts forever. Buckle up. This true story from a seasoned tracker will have your heart racing from the first snap of a branch. It was a crisp November morning in 2006, and I'd ventured deep into the dense, fog-shrouded forests of Lewis County, Washington, just outside the tiny town of Doty. As a lifelong hunter with over 2 decades in these woods, I knew every trail, every rustle of wildlife, and the subtle signs of deer moving through the underbrush. My rifle was slung over my shoulder, ammo checked, and my senses sharp as I stalked quietly along a narrow game path lined with towering evergreens and thick ferns. The air was heavy with the scent of damp earth and pine, the kind of morning where visibility drops to 50 yards in spots, and the silence is broken only by the occasional drip of dew from leaves. I'd been out since dawn, tracking what I hoped was a big buck, my boots crunching softly on the fallen needles. About halfway through my route, around 10 a.m., something changed. A loud branch snap echoed from behind me. Not the casual crack of a squirrel or deer, but a heavy, deliberate footfall, like a massive weight shifting. My pulse quickened. I spun around, rifle half raised, scanning the misty clearing about 100 yards back. At first, nothing. Then, through a gap in the trees, it emerged. A colossal figure, easily 8 feet tall, covered in dark brown, matted fur that blended with the bark, but couldn't hide its sheer bulk. Broad shoulders spanned wider than any man I'd seen, and its arms, long, muscular pendulums, swung as it walked upright on 2 legs, foraging along the forest floor, perhaps for berries or roots. No neck was visible. Its head sat directly on those massive shoulders, cone-shaped and turning slowly as if scenting the air. I froze, breath caught in my throat, my finger hovering near the trigger. This wasn't a bear. Bears don't walk like that, upright and purposeful, with a stride that covered ground like a basketball player. Its face was flat and ape-like, with deep-set eyes that suddenly locked onto mine. Those eyes, dark, intelligent, almost human, gleamed with what felt like curiosity mixed with a warning, as if it was assessing whether I was a threat. Time stretched. I could hear my heartbeat thundering in my ears. The creature paused, tilting its head slightly, and that's when it happened. A deep, resonant whoop erupted from its chest, echoing through the trees like a foghorn in the mist. Leaves shook loose, birds exploded from branches in a frantic cloud, and a wave of primal fear washed over me, making my legs feel like jelly. It wasn't aggressive, but it was powerful, territorial, and fully aware of my presence. I didn't shoot. Something in those eyes told me that would be a fatal mistake. Instead, I backed away slowly, rifle trained on it, but the beast simply turned and lumbered off into the thicker woods, its strides long and fluid, disappearing in seconds. The whoop lingered in the air, answered faintly from somewhere deeper in the forest. Was there another? I stood there for what felt like an eternity, maybe 10 minutes, hands trembling so badly I could barely hold the gun. Sweat poured down my back despite the chill, and I replayed the image. The fur rippling over muscles that could snap a tree, the way it moved with purpose, not animal instinct, but calculated grace. I've faced black bears up close, even charged by one once, but this was different, intelligent, almost sentient. Shaken, I retraced my steps to camp, but the unease followed. Every rustle made me jump. I cut my hunt short and headed home, mind racing. That night, sleep was impossible. I scoured online forums and stumbled on BFRO, submitting my report with photos of the area. Investigators later confirmed similar sightings in Lewis County, noting the habitat: abundant deer, remote valleys, and minimal human traffic, perfect for something elusive. They even cast potential tracks from nearby reports, describing dermal ridges like mine. Years later, it still haunts me. I hunt with buddies now, never alone, and avoid Dottie's trails at all costs. What if it had decided I was the intruder? Those eyes, that whoop, they're burned into my soul, a reminder that the woods hold secrets we can't comprehend. The Washington wilderness isn't just trees and game. It's alive with something ancient, watching us as we watch it. I've told this story to friends, skeptics at first, but the fear in my voice convinces them. If you're out there hunting, listen close, because you might not be the only one on the prowl. Story 2, The Motorist's Roadside Horror Near Vancouver, BFRO, report number 14,301, Class A. Picture this: cruising a foggy Washington back road at night when a monstrous shadow lurches into your headlights, eyes blazing like demons, close enough to touch. This 2003 nightmare near Vancouver will turn every drive into a dread-filled adventure. If you've ever felt alone on the highway, this true tale from a terrified driver will make you white-knuckle the wheel. It was a chilly October evening in 2003, and I was driving home from a late shift in Vancouver, Clark County, Washington, on a narrow rural road flanked by thick woods and open fields. The clock read about 9 p.m., and fog had rolled in thick, reducing visibility to 30 feet, my headlights cutting pale beams through the mist. I'd taken this route 100 times, familiar, quiet, with the occasional deer darting across, but tonight felt off. The radio static crackled, and an unnatural silence hung outside, broken only by the hum of my engine. As I rounded a bend near some dense evergreens, something massive moved in the periphery, a dark shape crossing the road, not bounding like an animal, but striding upright. I slammed the brakes, tires screeching, heart leaping into my throat. There, in the full glare of my headlights, stood a creature unlike anything I'd imagined in nightmares. 7 feet tall at least, covered in shaggy dark fur that dripped with moisture from the fog. Its build was gorilla-like, with long arms swinging low, nearly to the ground, and broad shoulders that made it look like a walking wall of muscle. It paused mid-stride in the middle of the road, turning its head slowly toward me. The face, flat-nosed, with a prominent brow ridge, emerged from the shadows, and its eyes reflected the light in a sickly yellow glow, piercing and aware, as if sizing up the intruder in its path. A low, guttural grunt rumbled from its chest, vibrating through my car's frame like bass from a subwoofer, sending chills racing down my spine. The smell hit next, musky, foul like wet animal mixed with decay, seeping through the vents despite the windows being up. Panic surged. I gripped the wheel, frozen, as it took another step closer, its massive foot leaving a deep imprint in the soft shoulder mud. No bear, no elk. This thing walked like a man, but distorted, primal, with an intelligence in its gaze that made my stomach twist. It grunted again, louder, almost a challenge, and I floored the gas, swerving to avoid it as it lumbered off the road into the tree line, branches snapping under its weight. I didn't look back until I hit the highway, miles away, shaking uncontrollably, sweat soaking my shirt. Pulling over, I vomited on the side of the road, the image replaying. Those yellow eyes, the swing of those arms, the way it seemed to deliberate before moving. I drove straight to a friend's house, babbling the story, and we returned the next day with flashlights and cameras. Sure enough, massive prints, 15 inches long with 5 toes and a wide heel, trailed into the woods. The smell lingered faintly. Skeptical at first, my friend turned believer. I reported to BFRO, and their investigators confirmed it as a Class A visual, noting Vancouver area's history of sightings, with habitats rich in rivers and forests for such a creature. They even shared plaster casts from similar reports, matching the stride length. That night changed me. I avoid rural drives after dark, always scanning the edges. Commuting became a vigilance exercise. Every shadow a potential threat. Friends call me paranoid, but those eyes, glowing, knowing, haunt my rearview mirror. Washington roads aren't safe. Something's out there, crossing paths with us humans, reminding us we're not at the top of the food chain. If you're driving those foggy back roads, slow down and listen, because it might be listening back. Story 3. The Camper's Nighttime Visitor in Olympic National Park, BFRO, Report Number 12, 1456, Class B. Alone in your tent under the stars of Olympic National Park, when a massive shadow knocks on the fabric, eyes glowing through the darkness. This 2002 camping horror will transform your next outdoor trip into a survival thriller. If you love the wild, this witness's bone-chilling account from the heart of Washington's rainforests will keep you indoors. Summer 2002 found me camping solo in the vast expanse of Olympic National Park, Jefferson County, Washington, a place of ancient rainforests, towering cedars, and misty valleys that feel like another world. I'd backpacked in for 3 days, seeking escape from city life, my tent pitched in a secluded clearing near a babbling stream. The day had been perfect, hiking rugged trails, fishing for trout, the air alive with bird calls and the scent of mossy earth. By nightfall, around 8 p.m., I built a small fire, cooked my meal, and retired early, the canopy above blotting out all but a few stars. The park's silence is legendary, but that night, it turned oppressive. The only sounds my own breathing and the crackle of embers dying down. Around midnight, I jolted awake to rustling outside. Not the wind, but heavy, deliberate movements, like something large brushing against foliage. My heart raced. I grabbed my flashlight and hunting knife, unzipping the tent flap just a crack. The beam cut through the darkness, illuminating an 8-foot shadow at the edge of the clearing, its brown fur matted and damp from the evening dew. It was humanoid, standing upright, peering directly at my tent with eyes that glowed an eerie orange in the light, unblinking and curious, yet menacing. The creature's arms hung long, fingers splayed, and it raised one to knock on a nearby tree. Thud, thud, the sound echoing like a drum in the still night. A low growl followed, deep and rumbling, vibrating through the ground and into my chest, silencing every insect and frog in the vicinity. The forest went dead, as if holding its breath. Terror gripped me. This wasn't a bear. Bears don't knock or stare with such intent. I yelled to scare it off, my voice cracking, and fired a warning shot from my pistol into the air. The bang shattered the quiet, and the beast responded with a piercing whoop, high-pitched and chilling, before crashing away through the underbrush, branches snapping like gunfire. I didn't sleep a wink. Flashlight on, knife ready, replaying the details. The fur's texture, the muscular build, the way its head tilted as if listening to my heartbeat. Dawn brought relief, but also evidence. 17-inch footprints encircling my tent, deep and wide, with impressions of toes that curved unnaturally. Scat nearby was odd, fibrous and large, unlike any animal I'd seen. Packing up hastily, I hiked out, nerves frayed, every shadow suspect. Back home, I contacted BFRO, providing photos of the prints. Their Class B classification noted vocalizations and tracks, aligning with dozens of Olympic reports in the area's remote, food-rich habitat, salmon runs, berry patches, minimal roads. Investigators visited similar sites, finding wood knocks common. That trip ended my solo camping. Now I go with groups, armed heavier. The park's beauty hides dangers. Something ancient patrolling the night. Washington adventurers, heed this. The Olympics aren't just trees. They're territory, and you're the visitor. One wrong night, and you might not be alone anymore. Story 4. The Hiker's Ridge Encounter, near Leavenworth. BFRO, report number 15,678, Class A. High on a cascade ridge, you spot a 9-foot giant striding below. Then it turns, howls, and mirrors your every move. This 2004 hike near Leavenworth became a cat-and-mouse game with the unknown. If mountains thrill you, this woman's terrifying true story from Washington's peaks will leave you grounded for good. July 2004, and I was on a solo day hike along a steep ridge trail near Leavenworth in Chelan County, Washington, part of the Cascade Mountains' rugged backbone. The sun beat down on granite outcrops and wildflower meadows, the air crisp with alpine scents, visibility stretching for miles. An experienced hiker with years on these paths, I'd started early, packed light with water, snacks, and bear spray, enjoying the solitude and panoramic views of snow-capped peaks. About midway up, around noon, as I crested a rocky overlook, movement caught my eye below in a boulder-strewn chute. A figure, massive and dark, navigating the terrain with ease. At first I thought it a hiker or ranger, but as it came into focus 50 yards down, horror dawned. It was no human. Over 9 feet tall, covered in blackish fur that shimmered in the sunlight, it strode upright, long arms dangling past its knees, muscles rippling under the pelt. Its head was elongated, shoulders hunched powerfully, and when it paused to adjust its path, our eyes met. Dark, penetrating orbs that held an almost knowing intelligence, locking on me with unyielding focus. A chilling howl erupted then, long and mournful, echoing off the cliffs like a siren's call, freezing me in place as wind whipped around us. The sound wasn't animal rage, but something deeper, communicative, sending birds scattering and my skin crawling. I backed away instinctively, but the creature mirrored me, shifting position on the ridge, whooping again in response to my movements, as if playing or warning. Branches below snapped under its weight as it adjusted, never charging but always visible, its presence oppressive. Fear propelled me down the trail. I ran when I could, heart pounding, glancing back to see it parallel my descent through the trees. The hike that took 2 hours out took 1 back, legs burning, mind reeling from the details. The fur's length, the deliberate gait, the way its eyes tracked without blinking. At the trailhead, I collapsed in my car, shaking, and called a friend before reporting to BFRO. Investigators confirmed Class A status, casting 18-inch prints from the area with unique toe details, noting Leavenworth's high-elevation forests as prime habitat. Deer herds, caves, low human activity. Follow-ups revealed vocal patterns matching other Cascades reports. That encounter ended my ridge hikes. Now I stick to crowds. The mountain's majesty masks predators. That howl, those eyes, they signal we're not alone up high. Washington hikers, if you hear that call, run, because it might be calling you. Story 5. The Fisherman's Riverbank Terror in the Snoqualmie Valley, BFRO, report number 19,234, Class B. Casting your line in a serene Washington River at dusk, when a soaking wet beast rises from the water, grunts and hurls a rock your way. This 2005 Snoqualmie Valley fishing trip turned deadly serious. Anglers, beware. This eyewitness's watery horror will make you pack up at the first splash. September 2005, dusk settling over the Snoqualmie River in King County, Washington. I was waist deep in the cool current, fly rod in hand, enjoying a peaceful evening fish for salmon. The valley's beauty, rushing waters lined with alders and ferns, mountains looming, had drawn me here for years. The sun dipped low, painting the sky orange, and bites were slow, so I waded upstream, focused on the ripple. Suddenly, heavy splashing echoed ahead, not fish, but something large displacing water. Looking up, I saw it emerge from the river 40 yards away. A 7.5-foot creature, brown fur slick and wet, shaking off like a massive dog as it stepped onto the bank, walking bipedally with powerful legs. Its eyes fixed on me, dark, alert, and it grunted deeply, a sound like thunder rolling low, vibrating the water around my legs. Then it bent, picked up a fist-sized rock, and threw it my way with startling accuracy, splashing inches from my face. I dropped the rod, adrenaline surging, and bolted for shore, slipping on mossy rocks, the grunt pursuing like a curse. No otter or beaver acts with such intent. This was deliberate, territorial. Reaching my truck, I locked in, peering back to see it watch from the bank before vanishing into thickets. The throw's arc, the fur's water beads, the grunt's depth, all replayed in terror. Morning, I returned with a buddy. 16-inch tracks in mud confirmed it. Webbed toes from the river. BFRO classified it Class B for the rock incident, common in valley reports, with the area's salmon-rich waters ideal habitat. That changed my fishing, now daytime only, with company. The Snoqualmie's charm hides threats. That grunt warns, the river's not yours. Washington fishers, if rocks fly, reel in fast. Story 6. The Logger's Close Call in the Gifford-Pinchot Forest. BFRO, report number 16,789, Class A. Chainsaws roaring in Gifford Pinchot when wood knocks halt everything. Then a roaring giant charges from the brush. This 2003 logging crew's brush with death in Washington's forests is pure adrenaline. Timber workers, this one's for you, will make you ear the trees differently. Spring 2003, deep in Gifford Pinchot National Forest, Skamania County, Washington, my logging crew was felling old-growth Douglas firs, the air filled with sawdust and echo of blades. Remote, rugged terrain, steep slopes, dense understory. We'd been at it since dawn, safety protocols tight. Around midday, wood knocks rang out. Thud, thud from the brush, rhythmic, not natural. Chainsaws idled as we scanned. Then it burst forth 30 yards away. 8 foot tall, dark fir, broad chest heaving, arms swinging as it strode upright. Eyes locked on us, it roared, a deafening bellow that drowned the saws, shaking ground. We froze. It charged a few steps, massive feet pounding before veering off. Panic. We dropped tools, retreated to trucks. Prints 19 inches, deep. BFRO's Class A confirmed, area's activity high with prey abundance. That roar ended my logging days. Forests whisper warnings. If you're cutting wood, listen. Backyard intruder near Bellingham. BFRO report number 13,467, Class B. Bangs on your fence at night, then a furry giant peers over, slapping wood with glowing eyes. This 2001 Bellingham family's home invasion by Bigfoot will make suburbia feel wild. Homeowners, lock up. This suburban scare is too close for comfort. Fall 2001, our home near Bellingham, Whatcom County, Washington, backed by woods, was peaceful until 10 p.m. Bangs on the fence. Spotlight out. A 7-foot reddish furred figure peered over, eyes reflecting, slapping again with a growl that shook the house. Kids screamed. It lumbered off. Morning, broken branches, 15-inch prints. BFRO noted patterns in area. That growl changed our lives. Motion lights now, no backyard nights. Bellingham's edge blurs wild. Those eyes at our fence, nightmare fuel. Story 8, The Driver's Highway, horror near Spokane. BFRO, report number 20,145, Class A. Dusk on a Washington highway, an 8-foot shadow blocks your path, whooping as you swerve for life. This 2006 Spokane drive-by terror is highway horror at its finest. Drivers, speed up. This close call will have you checking mirrors eternally. August 2006, Highway 2 near Spokane. Stevens County, Washington, twilight. I drove when it darted across. 8 feet, dark fur, upright. It stopped, eyes glowing, arms raised, whooping loud as I swerved. Tracks, 17 inches. BFR. Oh, Class A, common for motorists. That whoop, a block or threat. Roads cut wild. Now I drive alert. If it whoops, floor it. There you have it. 8 expanded, terrifying Bigfoot tales from Washington's 2001 to 2006 BFRO reports. The Evergreen State is full of mysteries. Share your thoughts or stories below, like if you got chills, subscribe for more, and hit the bell. Stay vigilant in the woods.